and welcome back to This Is Now. I am your host, Melissa Gertz, and today we will be doing a segment on what it means to be a leader. We're going to have four very special guests joining us tonight. The first one being Layla Smith, renowned soccer player. And here she is now.
Hi! Hi guys. Hi Melissa. Such an honor meeting you. Thank you so much for having me on your show.
Of course, it's my pleasure. So, I brought you here tonight because I thought you'd be a great example to show our audience what it means to be a true leader.
Thank you so much.
So what do you think is the most important quality about being a leader?
Honestly, by being captain of the soccer team, I can say that listening to my teammates is the most important quality of being a leader. I want them to respect me, and I want them to play well, to work together. Communication is key on the field. So I think listening to my teammates is definitely the way to go. After the game, they'll say, hey, listen, maybe you could have done this other pass and stuff. And if I don't listen to that, then there really is no growth in the team. I think as a leader, people look up to you to kind of run things, but everybody has to work as a whole. You have to work with your team.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me on your
Of
show.
course. I hope to see you again. Please welcome our next guest, Viola Summers. She is the captain of her cheerleading squad at our local high school.
Hi. Wow. Hi, Ms. Grace. Thank you so much for having me on your show. It's such an honor to be here.
Of course, I'm so happy to have you. Okay, what do you think is the most important part about being
Well,
a leader?
obviously, being a leader means you go first. So I do all of my practices, all of my schedules. I need to do them by myself on time with my personal coach. I need to get all those steps down to the max.
But what about the rest of your team?
My team?
Yeah, your team. You're the captain of a cheerleading squad, correct?
Yes, I am.
So what about the rest of your team? You say you
Oh,
work
well,
for your-
whatever. They're there. Like, what's important is that I go out.
What position are you on the team?
I'm a flyer. Can't you tell?
Okay, so being a flyer, doesn't that mean that you have a support system on the ground?
Yeah, of course they have to support me. I am a flyer, but that's their job, you know? So, as long as they support me, and as long as I get ahead, I think, obviously, we win because of me. So, they have to support me.
So they're not there to help the whole team as a whole, like, succeed, since you guys have to listen to each other so you can go on and beat the other teams? Well, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, bye. Thank you.
Bye.
For our next guest, we have the esteemed Miss Reese Charrington, CEO of Everglade Computers, Inc. And here she is.
Hi.
Hi, so lovely to have you on the show.
Hi, Miss Grace. Thank you so much for having me on the show.
Of course. So, since you are CEO of such a high-tech company, you're in charge of many employees.
Oh, of course, but the employees, oh my God. They're just horrible people. So ungrateful that I give them a job. They don't even listen to what I say. They don't do anything I need them to do. They're so slow. Oh.
Aren't they there to help you?
And they're supposed to help me, but, they never listen to me.
They never listen to you. Do you ever listen to them?
Why would I need to listen to them for? They're my employees. I hired them. They follow me. I'm the boss.
There's been a rumor going around, don't mean to put you on the spot or anything, that your company isn't doing so well.
Alas, it's not just a rumor.
Maybe if you listen to your board, your advice givers, and your employees who know what's best for the company they're working for and that they love, maybe you guys would be able to build up your company again.
So you're saying if I go around and sort of get to know them and listen to their opinions, maybe we'll all work better?
Definitely. Team cooperation is very important in the field. Listening to others is a key factor in being able to run a successful company.
Thank you so much, Ms. Kurtz. It's really helped me a lot.
Of course, pleasure to have you. And now our fourth and final guest, Miss Valerie Stool. You may have heard of her. I've had her on the show before. She's the founder of the community service organization, A Chance for Change.
Hi, Melissa. It's so good to see you again. Thank you so much for having me on your show.
Of course, it's so nice for you to be here.
Thank you.
As you know, our segment for tonight is what it means to be a leader, right? So you created this community service organization. How does that feel? How was that for you?
Well, I can tell you that A Chance for Change has really changed my life, and I'm sure it's changed many others, which was the goal when we first started out.
That's wonderful. So you and a few friends came up with the idea. How did you guys, talk about it, decide to the name, what you guys were going to target?
Those are all really good points. We were a little bit argumentative, to say the least. It was really hard to, make sure that what our purpose was, our goal was the same. There was a lot of different things that we could have done. And it was a group of like 4 of us, so it's a lot of people trying to talk at once, trying to get their own ideas and own inputs. But at the end, being the one who actually had the idea for it, I created a system of just listening, and it's very elementary, like a talking stick, but it's very effective. When you listen to everybody's opinions with an open mind, you will get across the point, and you won't judge them as harshly, and you'll accept their ideas as well. So that's what we ended up doing, and that's how we ended up doing our plans and creating the name and everything.
All right, thank you so much for coming out on the show.
Thank you
nice
so
to
much
have
for
you
having me.
again.
Bye.
So you guys were able to hear from 4 people what they thought it meant to be a leader. Being a leader is someone who listens to others. It's by doing that, you build teamwork, you build relationships with people, and it's easier for everyone to get along. The leader, although they're the ones in charge, they don't just brush off other people's ideas. They don't just believe that since they're the ones in charge, they're the only ones that get a say. Being a good leader means being able to listen to their teammates, to listen to their coworkers, and see what's the best plan to move forward. As we saw from these guests, some of them weren't exactly sure what it meant to be a leader. But we know that communication is key, that by listening to others, you will have maybe a better workplace with happier employees and a more productive investment. And we're able to see that a lot of things can be accomplished. You can go farther when you work as a team, when the leader listens to others. So, thank you for tuning in on tonight's show and focusing on the most important part of being a leader, the L, listening to others.